I'm really starting to wonder if I'm really doing this to remind myself how much better cycling is. What am I doing? Good morning, it's 6 AM and as you can probably tell, I'm in a hotel room and I'm about to get ready for my usual Sunday morning exercise session. But this morning, it's going to be a little bit different. Right, so here I am on Royal Victoria Dock, and you'll have to excuse the noise because I'm stuck right between City Airport and a DLR line at the moment, so yeah, it could be a little bit noisy. A random question for you: do you know how many hours there are in a year? Probably not, because I only know because I googled it this morning, but it's 8,760 or 8,784 in a leap year. But why am I telling you all this, I hear you ask? And that's a very good question. Well, it's because you may already know that this year I'm taking part in Project 400, which is the brainchild of Jimmy Nichols from the Cade Media YouTube channel and his buddy Nick Vieri, pro biomechanic. And it's a challenge to do 400 hours of activity in a year. Now, 400 hours is only 4.5% of 8,760, which doesn't seem a lot. I mean, 4.5% of anything isn't a lot, right? I've previously posted affiliate discounts for various products that I've reviewed, which give about 4 or 5% off the product. And people have commented saying 4% is pathetic. It's nothing. It's not worth worrying about. However, 4.5% of all of the year's hours, yeah, that's quite considerable. And it's a number I'm currently failing at. And that brings me on to today's session, because even the most non-observant of you will notice that I'm not on a bike today. And that is because, as you may know, I am a wedding photographer as my full-time job. And once a year, I get the absolute pleasure of working at the photography show. And this year, it's being held in London at XL. Now that does come with one problem, because I normally record my Sunday morning rides as my vlog. But unfortunately, I've been unable to bring my bike this weekend, and that meant I had to choose an alternative form of exercise, and so running seemed the logical step. And although this channel is built on cycling, I thought it might be interesting to give you an update on my Project 400 stats. But before that, I need to take this jacket off, because despite the fact that it's only 2 degrees, running makes you very warm. Who'd have known? Right, that feels much better. So, it's currently mid-March, and I'm only on 25 hours of activity, which is woefully short. I should be on probably around 60 to 70 hours by now. And so the compounding effect of that means that I now have to do about an hour and 16 minutes of exercise every day. Yeah, every day. Now, I don't know about you, but as a 43-year-old married father of 2, finding an hour and 16 minutes to do anything in the day is a real challenge. Unless you're my buddy Jimmy, of course, who has been out for at least half an hour to an hour run every single day this year. That man is an absolute beast. As a side note, he tells me that he's currently 58 minutes ahead of where he should be right now. That should motivate me, but it just demotivates me, if anything. So this one is going to push me, and although I've got a few big rides and runs coming up later in the year, I'm not sure if I will manage to reach the 400 requirement. Now, it's important to note that running is not my first love. In fact, it's not a love at all. I tolerate running, sort of like I tolerate lukewarm tea, slow Wi-Fi, and those people that clap when the plane lands. And that is barely but I do run because I know it's very good for me, especially as I get older and want to eke out as many years as I can before shuffling off this mortal coil. And this is where the importance of goals come in, because if I hadn't brought my running gear this weekend, as I said, I didn't have my bike, and so I wouldn't have got any exercise done whatsoever, and that is not a good thing. And so if you take anything from this video, it's probably that you need to just roll with whatever situation you find yourself in. I previously mentioned the importance of switching up disciplines every now and then just to keep things fresh and keep you motivated. You may not be good at your new activity first, you may not be fast, you may not be able to go far, and you'll probably be sore the first few times, but keep pushing through and you'll definitely find the benefit from it. Oh man, how do running vloggers do this? Oh boy, this is so much easier on a bike. So it's so important to have something else to do when your chosen sport, in my case cycling, isn't available to you. Right, I've done about 5k and there's probably another kilometre left to go to get back. So I'm going to enjoy the last bit of this run and I'll have a chat with you when I get back to the hotel room. Right, so there you go, 6k, 35 minutes, and most importantly, some exercise done when ordinarily I wouldn't have been able to. And although it's only under half of what I need on a daily basis, not just a weekly basis, it is still something towards that 400-hour goal. And I should have mentioned earlier when I said I'm probably not going to hit the 400-hour goal this year, the idea is not really to push yourself to almost death, it's just giving yourself that 400-hour goal just to give you something to work towards. And as Jimmy himself said, just take it in blocks of 10 or 50 or whatever you want to do and just knock each chunk off as you go. There's no point making yourself feel awful after every period of exercise just to try and reach that goal. So with that done, I think it's time for a shower and to head downstairs for some breakfast before heading back over to the XL for day 2 of the photography show. So I apologise that this one hasn't been cycling related, but as I said earlier, sometimes you've just got to roll with whatever you've got. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this one useful, interesting, and slightly motivational. And I will see you back next week with more cycling adventures. Take care, guys. See you soon. And yes, this is what I sound like first thing in the morning. It is a bit Barry White-esque.